First of all, very good afternoon to all. Thank you for having me. So National Games is a very special competition, and we missed it for so many years. And finally, we are having this year, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's domestic competitions are very important because we are at different levels, and we have to be flexible to adapt to all kind of competition. So it is also a good competition for me, and also I have never been to Gujarat, so it's my first time to be in Gujarat. So yeah. National Games 2015, like I was a junior fencer then, and I won also team and individual gold in 2015 National Games. And that because that time we are in different level of competition because fencing was not that popular in India, and we were in technically advanced then. So right now everyone has certain experience of international level, and the competition I'm sure will be different, and also the organization is going to be different. And right now everyone knows about fencing, and more people will watch fencing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the competition because it's definitely going to be a different competition and different organization. And as we all know now, sports has become more popular now, and all sports are getting more popular and recognition. And we need to take all kind of sports to all places in India, and National Games is one competition which can do that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I want to enjoy the National Games, and I want to do good performance in National Games. Yes, as you rightly said, it's sports of we have all kind of sports together during National Games. And I, like you said, in 2015 National Game, when we go for National Games, we are more excited to see other players, to see all top players from India. And we enjoy other sports. We go and support other sports of our state, and we want to see our our inspiring athletes, role models we used to have. And National Games is one platform where all kind of athletes stay together, then they can meet their inspiring athletes or their role models, their favorite athletes. And yeah, it's kind of a celebration, and also it's a competition with more fun and more celebration of sports. Hi, Amit. So yes, because every competition is important for me, because every competition has different level and different kind of opponents. You might have beginners, you might have the experienced ones. You have to be flexible to adapt to all kind of players and all kind of situation, because each tournament is a different situation, different environment, and you are in different mood. So at all kind of level, you have to be ready to adapt to all those situations, and still you are able to perform your best. So for me, every competition I look into that way, because I want to be ready with all kind of situation, whether it is domestic competition or international competition or Asian Games. So it is more and more for mental training as well, because Asian Games, yes, we have one year for Asian Games, and before that we have Olympic qualifications starting from next April. So, and that mental stress is going to be different. And National Games is also every competition has some kind of stress, some kind of pressure in it, and you are able to adapt to take all kind of pressure and stress and control all things in a good way, and perform your best. So for me, it's also important training for my mental in a mental aspect. So yes, every competition is important for me to improve myself as a fencer in a technical way, and also in a mental aspect. Yes, a little bit, yes, because last time I couldn't go for the Kelo India competition because we were just finishing the World Championship, and we need a right amount of rest to come back for the next tournament. And of course, I want to play for National Games because I cannot miss all domestic competitions for having other reasons. But it happens only 2 years once, and unfortunately we couldn't have it for the last few years, and finally we have this year. And it's a bit of responsibility as well, and also for training for special, like I said, for mental and technical aspect, to try something in this competition and how I respond to certain situations. And it's important for all those things. Thank you for the question, Zenia. So yes, right now fencing is in a developing stage. We definitely have a long way to reach, to give a tough fight to top fencers in the world. But right now we have started more domestic competition, like we have started Khelo India competition, because competition only gives you and lets you know what level you are in. Whether you train for months and months, but if you don't compete in any tournament, you will not able to understand what level you are. So right now we have started more domestic competition, so that the players can fence, normal players can fence with the international fencers who have taken part in some competition, so they know, they can understand their level, so they will try to improve in their standard. And also the fencers who have taken part in the international competition, they will also understand that they are getting tough fights in domestic, so they need to improve much better than the last competitions. So we are developing, we are progressing, we are going in a good way. We just need more time, and we need more exposure to reach the podiums. We are getting medals in some competition, but to reach a podium in the bigger competitions, we need more exposure, and we need some more time to reach to that level. Exposure, yes, domestic competitions and also international competitions, and also for the coaches, because it's not only for the athletes, also for the coaches need to go for more international competition, understand what levels other athletes are playing and what levels we are, what kind of technical aspects we need to work on, and according to our natural ability, because each country have different style and standard and different strategies. So we need to understand what standard strategies work for Indian athletes. So we have to understand that we need more competition, and we need to have a more international exposure, because right now fencing is still the other countries, they have more champions, more for example, in France, they have hundreds and hundreds of Olympic and World Championship medalists. So to reach to that kind of level, we need more competitions. Sorry. So yes, because earlier we didn't have enough support. For we weren't going for many competitions, maybe 1 or 2 in a year. And right now we are going for more competitions. So earlier I lacked that experience. For example, in my junior level, I never took part in any junior world level competitions. When I was in cadet, like under 17, I took part in the junior competition because I was in under 17 category. So I had the chance to compete in the junior level. Other than that, I never took part in any junior world level competition. So that experience I lacked is sometimes affects me in the senior level too, because you need to progress from the lower level to the senior level, because the difference between junior and senior is huge. It's not the same. So to bring that experience back, I need to train abroad with other international players regularly, like in a long term, so that I can improve myself. So that's what I thought, and that's why I was training outside for a long time, and that helped me. And yes, right now also I have seen some programs from the Fencing Association of India. They are sending athletes for abroad for training, and along with coaches, and they're also sending them for junior tournaments, like their level of competitions, because that is very important to gain confidence, and that's the basic experience which will help them in the senior and bigger tournaments. So I think right now they are working on that. They are making a program for all junior athletes. They are sending them for competitions. And as I can see in the last World Cup, we have sent 12 women saber fencers. So that's the first time we are having so many number of fencers in the international competition. So that's a big change. And I'm sure if we continue in that way, we might not need to stay outside for a long time. when we have that experience, when we understand how we need to work, then we don't need to stay long term outside. So we can work in India, and sometimes we go so 1 or 2 months training outside and compete in tournaments. So to have that kind of experience, we for now we need to train outside. And for me especially, because I've been training outside and I need to maintain that form to able to compete in the bigger tournaments. Yeah. So firstly, sir, I thought this year we will not have national games, because earlier we used to have we are supposed to have the Asian Games, and we already had Commonwealth Games. So I wasn't sure that we will have national games. So I thought maybe maybe I will not have national game this year. I will have the national game next year. But when Asian Games got postponed, so I had this thing, like also my federation, everyone was saying like there is a possibility of having national games. So I was already preparing for that, and I also, told my coach that we might have this competition in this period, so I might have to travel back to India. So we planned this before, but sometimes some competition we might get in the last very short period. But as athletes, competitions are important, so we have to choose which competition is good for us and which results we need to achieve. So if we have good time between other tournaments, I can go for this competition. If I had some other important competition, I might have to skip this competition to have the proper rest and recovery and to able to perform the best in the more important tournaments. So for this national games, we had some hints that we might have this competition in this period. So we were prepared for this. I think so. We are, right. I have changed my coach, my techniques, my strategies. Everything is changed now. And we have more important tournaments, the qualifications are going to start. So I need to work on the strategies which I am working, and I need to apply in tournaments and see how it works. So I need to apply with all kind of opponents, whether it's for beginner or experienced one. So yes, I need to take that risk in national games, because we have some new strategies. So I need to put that in the competition. I need to see how it works. So yes, and as you know, Sabre is a very quick sport, a very fast event, and it's not that you can take time in between touch. You can think and decide, and you can do whatever you want during a very short milliseconds. So I think it's still a risk to try new techniques and strategies in a tournament like national games, because it's like it's like a show in India now, because everyone's going to watch. So I need to perform well. At the same time, I need to do my work, which can help me in the bigger tournaments. So I need to put all those techniques and strategies in this competition to understand how I have to use in other tournaments.